I am going to be making a deck profile of one of my favorite decks that I managed to bring back for the Link format, and that is Dracozarc. Anyway, so starting off with the three, I use a small Performer Pal engine of three Performer Pal Pendulum Sorcerer, three Lizard Draw, and two Turtle. I might take out one Turtle and one Lizard Draw, because right now the deck is at 42. And Electromite can just recycle the Turtles and Lizard Draw. And then next I use one Vector Pendulum, the Drake Overlord, one Lecter Pendulum, the Drake Overlord, then two Lester Pendulum, the Draco Slayer. The only thing I don't like about this card is that it can only be used for the Fusion, Synchro, or Xyz summon of a Draco Slayer monster, which makes it sad sometimes it's the only Dragon Pendulum monster in my graveyard for Zarc. Then I use three Master Pendulum, the Draco Slayer, then three Supreme King Dragon Darkworm, and this card is the main searcher for your gates, which search for your fusion cards. And then next I use three Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon. Again, it can search for the Supreme King gates. And next I use three Supreme King Gate 0 and three Supreme King Gate Infinity. Supreme King Gate 0's effect is you can destroy it and one Supreme King Gate Infinity in your scale, so that then you can search for any fusion card, which is what I use to search for Miracle Synchro Fusion, because Zarc's requirement is that it has to have a Synchro. And moving on to spells, I use one Draco Face-Off, one Monster Reborn, and then two Sacred Sword of 7 Stars. It's another draw card, and this deck uses 9 level 7 monsters. And the next, the main card you summon Zarc with, Miracle Synchro Fusion. This card is actually really useful because it's actually part of a 3-card summon Zarc on first turn. We start off with Miracle Synchro Fusion, a Dragon Pendulum monster, and one of 3 Odd Eyes Fusion. As Odd Eyes Fusion lets you use monsters from your extra deck to fusion summon Odd Eyes Fusion monster, as long as your opponent controls 2 or more monsters and you control no monsters. Then next, for my opponent tries to destroy my scales, I use 3 Pendulum Impenetrable. It's a quick play spell that can prevent your scales from being targeted or destroyed for that turn. Mostly because the Sky Iris does not protect your scales. And then to finish off with spell cards, I also use 3 Duelist Alliance, which can search for any card in the deck that has Pendulum in its name, such as Pendulum Impenetrable, or Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon, or even Pendulum Sorcerer. Anyway, moving on to the extra deck, I use 2 Heavy Metal Fuzz Electromite. This card's actually part of a combo I have that's a draw 3 cards every turn, but it doesn't last very long because normally Electromite gets killed within the first 2 turns. Then I use 1 Metaltron. This card is important for the 2 Zarcs in 1 turn, because you summon each of the Draco Slayers in the zones it points to, and then you have a Dragon Pendulum in a zone it doesn't point to. Then you use Odd Eyes Fusion to summon 1 Zarc, and you use Miracle Synchro Fusion to summon another. And now for the Xyz monsters, I use 1 Magister Paladin, the Ascending Draco Slayer, and because of how it's basically a Zarc deck, I also use 1 Supreme King Dragon Dark Rebellion, 1 Odd Eyes Absolute Dragon, and 1 Odd Eyes Rebellion Dragon. I would also be using a Raging Dragon, but because of the links I had to take out 1 card, and normally I only use Odd Eyes Fusion's effect once per duel. Next is, for Synchros, is 1 Odd Eyes Meteor Burst Dragon, 1 Supreme King Dragon Clearwing. Supreme King Dragon Clearwing can be taken out of this deck, just because the only way you're summoning it is off the effect of Supreme King Zarc. because I forgot Luster Pendulum can only be used for Synchro Summon of Draco Slayers. And Luster Pendulum is the only tuner in the deck. Next, I play one Ignis to Prominence, the Ignis to Prominence, the Blasting Draco Slayer. My bad, it's been a while since I actually pronounced its full name. And for the fusions, I use 2 Audized Vortex Dragon, 1 Dinosaur Power, the Mighty Draco Slayer. His only requirements is a 1 Draco Slayer and a Pendulum Monster, and you do not use Polymerization. And then to finish off the deck, I also use 2 Supreme King Zarc. This card, to me, is just really powerful and hard to get over, unless your opponent's using Kaijus. And that is it for the deck profile. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any ideas, feel free to leave them in the comments below. Thank you for watching.